Hi, good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. Right. We have 37 participants. We saw participation from how many? How many? Right. We have 37 participants. We saw participation from
Total of
how many?
139 teams that registered.
Right. How many? Right. We have. That's great. Right. So here's what the drill is. Standard 20 question, standard 20 question elim, which I'll run through. And some with the finals at, let's say, 8:15 ish. Organizers, are we good on time?
Yes, sir. I think we can.
Perfect.
We'll wait for a few more participants and then we can.
No, I'm yeah, that's fine. That I'm all for. I'm just saying, are we good on time for the finals?
Yes, sir.
8:15.
8:15. Yeah.
Perfect. Right. So I'll just try to get it done as right as quickly as possible. And you don't have to finish. Right. There's no limit per se, because since it's an online quiz, it's not an issue. Right, perfect. Quick raise of hands. How many of you are participating in a quiz for the first time? Okay, Mohit. While you troll, can we have a quick raise of hands of how many people have joined, or how many people have participated in a quiz for the first time? Do we have the hand raise feature on?
It is, sir.
Lovely. Okay, guys, can I request you to switch on your videos while you're giving the elimination round, right? So while the elims are going on, please switch on your videos. It's online quizzing is as it is, very shady in terms of who Googles, who doesn't, right? And it's not a matter of trust, it's just a matter of transparency. So yeah, also organizers, Taha, Akhil, just do one thing, just shut down all of that annotations and all of that nonsense, right? It happened to a quiz that I did before this, where the annotations were on paper, just scribbling and whatever. I'm just giving ideas to whoever wants to troll, but don't do that. Right, I'll just switch off my video and audio for some time, and let's keep a cutoff of 6:10. Taha,
Yes, sir. That's good.
6:10, perfect. So then let's start the proceedings at 6:10.
All right.
Perfect, thank you.
Excuse me, I had a question.
Who is this? Do you have a question for me?
Any of the organizers here? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, they are here.
Oh, we're here. What's the question? Right. I think we have around 70 participants, so can go ahead. We can.
So, good evening and welcome everyone to the Roti, Kapda, Makaan and Internet Culture Quiz conducted by Quiz Club IIT ISM Dhanbad. Our quizmaster for today is Bhushan Patel, a prominent name in the college quizzing scene of our country. You may also know him as the creator of the illuminating quiz letter, That's How Volvo. We hope you'll play fair and enjoy the quiz. Handing over the stage to Bhushan.
Right. Thank you so much for that introduction. First of all, thank you so much to IIT ISM Quiz Club for inviting me. Right. This has been right one of the quizzes that I wanted to conduct, and here we are today. So yes, without further ado, let's start with the elims. I'm planning to run through the elims very quickly, and then we'll start the finals at 8 o'clock, 8:15 or some such, right? Okay. Teams, you have your three members in place. I expect all of you to not Google and not copy, right? If you Google, I'll know, right? I've designed it that way. And if right you've answered those questions with googling, you'll be disqualified directly, right? We have a lot of participants, so there'll be no mercy anyway. Teams, I request you to switch on your videos while you're appearing for the elims, and organizers, can I have the screen sharing rights?
Yes, sir. I made you the co-host.
Perfect. Just a second, where is it? Oh yeah, can you guys send them the answer Google form? Devraj from IIT BHU is requesting the Google form where they need to put in their answers. And there it is in the chat. Can't seem to share my screen. Organizers, can you just do your thing again? I can't see.
Sir, excuse me. I said,
Yes.
any question? How are we supposed to communicate with our? How do we communicate with our team members?
That is something that I think you'll need to figure out, because are they on the call with you? Right, you can do it on the Zoom chat or something like that. Just a second.
Share your screen now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the share screen button. Yeah.
So try pressing Alt S.
Yep. Nope. Not happening. This isn't happening. Also, Akhil, I'm just sending you a text. Right.
Yes.
Just check.
Got it, sir.
This is taking a lot of time, which is why I asked you what I asked you.
like without the prelims stuff?
Yeah, I'm asking if there's an avenue that we can directly stream the finals or something like that, because it's already taking a lot of time to start the elims. If not, that's fine. I'm just inquiring, right? Guys, you'll need to give me right the sharing rights or something like that. I can't see it here. Participants, my apologies. This is taking so much time. I am just waiting for the screen sharing, and then we will start. Yeah. Also, I see a lot of familiar names in the participants list. So a lot of people I'm fond of. A lot of people I've quizzed with year on year. So hello to all of you, and the people who are quizzing, are new to quizzing per se. Don't worry, the quiz is fairly simple, right? Just apply your brain, and I think you'll arrive at an answer with relative ease. So I've kept both the worlds in mind while I'm designing this, and yeah, okay. So general rules before I start the elims. I'm taking 6 teams in the finals. The finals is entirely on buzzers because I can't risk teams googling and then it coming up on YouTube and just being this whole hoopla. I'm trying to make it as fair as possible, and buzzers is something that I see a way to do it. So that's that. Finals is entirely on buzzers. In the elims, there are 20 questions plus one for a correct answer. There are no negatives, so you can feel free to guess. And
So,
yeah,
could you rejoin the meet? Like,
yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. That's right. Yes. Can you help me with the credentials now? Okay. As I was saying, plus one for every correct answer you give. There are no negatives, so feel free to guess. There are internal star marked questions which will help in resolving ties and something like that. So that's been taken care of. For you, all the 20 questions are same. And yeah, as I said, Googling and everything will get you disqualified directly. So that's about it.
Share a screen also.
I can, I don't think I still can. I'm not seeing the share screen option somehow. I'm not seeing the share screen option. Akhil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a PDF of the quiz, right? And I want your help in running it
All right, sir.
from your system. Just give me 2 minutes. This is, yeah. Where should I send it? Should I send it to the email address from which you send me an email?
All right, sir. Or you could send me on Messenger or WhatsApp.
Just drop in a hi on WhatsApp. No,
All right, or you could send me on Messenger or WhatsApp. Is it visible, Bhushan?
all right. Yes. Is the screen visible to all of you? Perfect. Okay. Right. So here's what we're going to do. 20 questions. I hope all of you have the LM sheets, right? The Google form with you. 6 teams into the finals. Yeah, 20 questions, 20 points at stake. One, my audio. I request all of you, whoever is on this, I request you to just mute yourselves. Okay. Question 1. It is here. Okay. Akhil, there's some. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. So, what beverage, whose name is very similar to another East Asian drink made from dried seaweed, is produced by fermenting sugared tea using a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast? It's known as SCOBY or SCOBY, as the one shown in the picture. So that is the culture of bacteria and yeast. This culture is sometimes known as the Manchurian mushroom. What beverage am I talking about? I'm starting with an easy one here. What beverage is made from fermenting sugar tea using this symbiotic culture? And its name is eerily similar to another East Asian and Japanese drink per se, made from dried seaweed. And dried seaweed is called something in Japan, and that's how this drink gets its name. Question 2. Teams, I'll be running through the LMs and I will not be repeating them, so you need to take note of what question it is. Right, lingerie, a category of primarily women's clothing, right? Everybody's familiar with what lingerie is, right? Gets its name from French to denote underwear or undergarments made from what fabric? Again, an easy one. Lingerie comes from French for undergarments made from what fabric? Question 3. Can we have question 3 on screen, Akhil? Okay. So this is the well-renowned architect Frank Lloyd Wright explaining the design of this windmill that he made for his aunt, right? And the uncle was not very comfortable with how the design looked and whatnot, right? So he was just explaining. Of course, you had a hard time with blank and blank, but you know how troublesome they were centuries ago. The principle they represent still causes mischief in the world because it's so vital. Each is indispensable to the other. Neither could stand without the other. Blank, as you will see, will do all the work, and the other blank, here it is, cuddle alongside to support and exalt him. Let's say X and Y. So X takes the side of the blast and Y will entertain the school children. Let's let it go at that. Architect Frank Lloyd Wright explaining the design of this windmill that he named after what amorous union? Question 4. Okay, quite fittingly, what number was associated to the error returned with the phrase enhance your count by the first version of Twitter Search and Trends API when the client was being rate limited? This phrase, enhance your count, right? It's an allusion to a certain substance which helps you calm down and something like that. Quite fittingly, has a number associated with it. And if you're well versed with how errors are noted in the world of internet, you'll have a fair idea as to what this number would be. As I said, it's associated with a substance helpful in enhancing your calm. Question 5.
Hello, दिख रही है screen? So question 5.
Yeah, question 5 is here. What soup originated from the South Indian cuisine gets its name from the Tamil words milagu and tan, quite literally meaning pepper water. Milagu and tanni, quite literally meaning pepper water. Question 6. Okay, so this attire is known as the Gulf rig or the schooner rig. And it's a dress for semi-formal evening events, originated as a Royal Navy concept, who were to be appropriate, right? Were supposed to be in full appropriate uniform. However, in a certain geography near a certain water body, the temperatures were such that this attire was chosen instead, and it is popularly known as with the name of said water body. So it's known as the schooner rig or the Gulf rig or the blank rig, blank being the name of the water body. What water body am I talking about? Question 7. Maulana Azad strongly insisted that the Shah of Iran, during his visit to India, visit what two palaces separated by a distance of around 300 kilometers and catering to different senses of the body. So he said, please go to these two palaces. Which two palaces are these? No part points. Fairly simple in a way, right? What two palaces did Maulana Azad insist that the Shah of Iran visit during his visit to India? Question 8. Okay, so a couple of years back, Dubai police started issuing arrest warrants against certain people for violating these 3 traffic laws: driving in a way that endangers the lives of others, causing traffic roadblocks or congestion, and using a mobile phone while driving. What massively popular TikTok trend was the Dubai police trying to combat through strict vigilance? It became such a big trend that the traffic police had to intervene, and how? And this is how they chose to combat it. What massively popular TikTok trend is this? If you give me a couple of keywords, that's an acceptable answer. Question 9. You can give me 2 answers for this, right? It has a shorter answer and a longer answer, right? So okay. So this is a culinary utensil, right? This is used for slicing and cutting juliennes and whatnot, right? This instrument or this utensil's name is derived due to the fact that while you're using this instrument, your hand motion or your hand gesture is very similar to that of a skilled player or a skilled musician playing a certain instrument. And from there comes the name of this culinary utensil. What culinary utensil is this, or what instrument? Either or is fine and acceptable answer to me. That is question 9. Question 10. So early travelers to China were shown completely fireproof garments and supposedly woven from salamander hair or wool. In actuality, what fibrous, harmful entity were these garments made from? Fibrous, harmful entity were these garments made from? So, and they said they're supposedly woven from salamander hair or wool. Question 11. Okay. So these tiles are used at Mitchell Institute for Fundamental Physics and Astronomy that are named after a certain Nobel laureate who investigated them in 1970s. I do not need the name of that Nobel laureate. Second part of the question, as in the question is that this Nobel laureate is the son of a mathematician famous for popularizing what architectural structure back in the day. The name of the architectural structure and the name of these tiles are sort of eponymous and named after the family of this family name of this Nobel laureate. What am I talking about? Or just give me, right, what the architectural structure is. Question 12. Okay. So Wikipedia awards the contributors who help Wikipedia do these amazing things with things called Barn Stars. So what Barn Star is given to any editor who exhibits outstanding translation efforts on Wikipedia? It has a certain specific noun as its name. It's known as blank Barn Star. What am I looking for in the answer? And it's given in the field of translation and translation efforts, outstanding translation efforts. Question 13. Okay. So this is Mr. Clarence Birdseye. He lived in Canada in Labrador. looking at the habits and the behavior of the Inuit people and how they went around preserving, their resources and whatnot. What industry came about because of the efforts of this gentleman with the knowledge that he gained from the Inuit people? Okay. Question 14. Question 14. Right, okay. So, also known as lounging caps, these were Victorian headwear worn by men that shielded them from sensory embarrassment while they indulged in what activity? I'm looking for a certain activity during which they preferred wearing this headgear. Not the healthiest of activities one can indulge in, but it saved them sensory embarrassment, at least to a certain part of their body, which is the head and the hair. Question 15. Okay. Which skyscraper has radiator cap themed ornaments and decorations in its exteriors, amongst other things such as hubcaps and fenders? Read the question very carefully and look at the image and think about why they would have such aesthetic. Question 16. Okay. This is a video. Just a second. Oh, I can share screen now. Akhil, I'll try sharing my screen. Right. What we'll do is I'll try sharing my screen and then we'll see if we can still go ahead right smoothly.
All right, sir.
Yes. Okay, host disabled participant share screen sharing. Whoever's the host, can you just help me with this? I can see the share screen button now. Okay, I'm the co-host now. Perfect, lovely. Yeah, can you see my screen now? Sit.
No, sir. It's not visible yet.
Yeah. Just a second. I'll just quit and reopen, join the meeting again. Right, here I am. And Akhil, can you quickly make me the co-host? Right, so we're 17 questions into the LM, 16, 17? Some 16. Okay. So, video clip, and here is it. Right, can you see this now?
Showing that you shared the screen, but it has come.
I think this should be enough now. Right. Okay.
Oh boy.
Guys, I'll need some input from your end. Can you see the screen? Can you hear the sound of the video?
Yes.
Perfect.
Boise, Kamakazi or the control level. Yahoozy, Ekyamis.
Right. So, as you saw, this is a song Yahooze by Olumente that depicts the lavish lifestyle with cars and money and some such of what royalty. So, that's question 16. Question 17. The name of this dish is found in all cuisines of the former Ottoman Empire and originated from the Turkish word meaning a snack or an appetizer, which in turn originated from the Persian word for to taste or to relish. Look at the geography and give you a fair direction as to what this dish is that I'm talking about. Question 18. Okay, so this is a recently launched line of sneakers that has taken its design inspiration from which two diametrically opposite families from our childhood days. They're very different in their lifestyle, in their behaviors, and in their realities as well. What are these two families that I'm talking about? Just the last names would do. Look at them carefully. Not a very difficult answer to work out looking at the image. Question 19. Okay. In order to sway the votes in last year's assembly polls for the central Kerala constituencies, political parties reached out to the Catholic churches, raising issues like love jihad, the harassment of nurses in UP, and which other 15th century conversion that repeated itself in 2020, some 5,700 kilometers away from Kerala. So that is question 19. Again, I just need a couple of keywords and we're good to go with that. And the last question, here it is. Yes, okay. Launched with an intention of providing more crisp content to their user base. This is a subscription service by which internet company? Look at the logo. And the focus is giving the customers crisp content. Okay, so it's 6:41 actually. I'm giving you another 15 seconds to submit your forms, right? 15 seconds. And post which, sorry, Alankar?
Will there be no rerun?
No, there'll be no rerun. Alankar, this is right. I'm trying to, right, since it's an online LM, I'm just trying to run through this because if we do a rerun, the chances of teams Googling, right, increases multi.
But like instead of 15, there was 40.
Can you please just tell which question was the sneakers one?
Sneakers was, I think, the 18th one.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, just 20 more seconds and just fill in your answers very quickly. Organizers, please stop accepting responses on the form. Right, once I notify you to do that. Right, we'll give you like 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. People, please hit submit on your form before it stops accepting responses. Okay, organizers, stop accepting responses on the form. Teams, stay back. We'll discuss the answers and then we'll meet at 8 8:15. We need to go through all the answers. We need to do the checking and all of that. In the meanwhile, organizers, can you please have a sheet of paper or something like that ready so that you can be given the right, you can make the answer key. Let me know when you're ready to go. So I'll start discussing the answers. Taha, Akhil.
Yes, sir. One second.
Okay. The form is closed, yes?
It is closed.
It is closed. Perfect. I have a fair idea of what the timeline was, right? So I'll not accept any response after 6:41. Perfect. Grab a sheet of paper or just for the answer keys for the volunteers and people who will be checking. Once again, before we start with discussing the answers, finals tentatively starting 8:15. And 6 teams in the finals. Yes, perfect. In discussing the answers, you guys are free to just unmute your. Now you can switch on your video as well, so I can see you. Perfect. Okay. Question 1. What would this be?
Kombucha.
Kombucha is correct. The other Japanese drink that I was talking about is kombucha, right? Konbu is the seaweed, cha meaning tea, so kombucha and kombucha, right? Kombucha is the accepted answer here. Lingerie made of what fabric?
Linen.
Linen, as simple as linen. Linen, linen, this is. Okay. Frank Lloyd Wright naming
Romeo
this
and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. This amorous union of Romeo and Juliet. Volunteers, no part points. I need Romeo and Juliet as the answer because this is known as the Romeo and Juliet windmill. Question 4.
420.
420 is absolutely correct. 420 associated with a substance helping you enhance your calm. So 420. This is mulligatawny, right? This is exactly mulligatawny. The answer was right there if you can look at it carefully. Question 6.
The Red Sea.
The Red Sea is correct. So this is known as the Red Sea rig, which is right evident from the red aesthetics of this, right? Red Sea rig. Question 7.
Taj Mahal and Moti Mahal.
Taj Mahal and Moti Mahal is the answer that I was looking for, right? Catering to different senses of the body. Taj Mahal to the eyes, Moti Mahal, of course, to the tongue. Taj Mahal and Moti Mahal is what I was looking for. I think answer is coming from Piyush. Okay. Question 8. Couple of years back, Dubai police was combating this popular TikTok trend through this. What is this TikTok trend?
Is this Kiki, do you love me?
Yeah, this is the Kiki challenge or in your feelings or in my feelings challenge, right? So as long as you have either Kiki or in my feelings, right, points.
Does the explanation work?
Pardon, can you come again?
Does the explanation work if there are no keywords? Like I've explained what it is, but I haven't mentioned like Kiki or...
Tell me what you've written. No.
I've written like people are like dancing out of the car while the car is still moving and they are recording. That is what the Kiki challenge was, man. Come on.
Nay, Alankar, it's not that. You have to be, because, right, this is a very specific answer that I was looking for. Right, I'm sorry, I can't give it to you on that description. I needed one keyword. Kiki, as long as you have Kiki on in your feelings, that's fine. In your feelings, in my feelings, whatever that. It's the name of the song is. Okay, what is this? Question 9. What musical instrument?
Mandolin.
Mandolin. So this is known as the mandolin, however you want to pronounce it. Mandolin is what I was looking for. Spelling variations are okay. Question 10. I said fibrous entity.
Asbestos.
Asbestos is absolutely correct. Harmful fibrous entity, asbestos. Question 11. Penrose stairs. This is the Penrose stairs, right? So Roger Penrose being right, the person in question, right? So this is Penrose stairs.
Oh, I have written Penrose tiles and Penrose stairs.
As long as you have Penrose in it, it's fine, right? Give points for Penrose, right? We can't be too strict on this. Question 12. What is
Rosetta Stone.
this? Is the Rosetta Stone or the Rosetta Barn Star. As long as they have the keyword Rosetta in it, that's fair enough. Rosetta Barn Star or Rosetta Stone. Clarence Birdseye.
Cold
Frozen food.
Frozen food, cold storage, sure, right? Cold storage, not really, but yeah, we can consider that as an answer as well, right? Frozen foods industry is what I was looking for. Question 14.
Smoking.
Smoking. So these are smoking headgears or smoking caps that, you know, protected their head from like the smoke getting into their hair and their hair smelling of smoke and something like that, right? So these are the smoking caps.
Would you accept hookah or something like that?
Yeah. So anything related to hookah, smoking, right? Yeah. Okay. Question 15.
Chrysler Building.
This is the Chrysler building, right? There's a specific reason I said why they would have car parts as into their, right, built into their aesthetics. This is the Chrysler building. Chrysler being the automobile giant, and the Chrysler building it is. Question 16.
The Nigerian royal family.
Nigerian prince.
Nigerian prince. Nigerian prince, right? Nigerian prince, which comes from the whole Nigerian prince scams, right? The email scams and whatnot, right? Points can be given for the Nigerian royal family as well.
Sir, but if you written like the Nigerian, if you written internet scam, like we know what it is. Like, what we're talking
As
about.
long as they have something Nigerian, that's fine.
But it, like, okay.
Because there are a lot of internet scams.
Email internet scam. No, but we know which one we're talking about because it's like the song.
Yes, but have you written it?
I've not written Nigerian, but I've written like email phishing scam or something like that.
What I'll do is I'll go through the answer sheets as well. Once that is, and
That's the thing. That's the thing. There's no actual Nigerian royal family. It's very obvious that he's talking about the scammers.
Yeah, of course it is, right? Which is why I wanted, right, the Nigerian, because the scam is known as the Nigerian prince scam. So even if there is no Nigerian royal family, the scam is popularly known as a Nigerian prince scam. Anyway, let me look at the answer sheet, right? If there's something close, whatever, right? I'll consider. I'm not saying I'll give you points. Let me read what you've written first, and let's see then. Okay, question 17. Yeah, what is this?
Baklava.
Not baklava.
Kebab.
Shawarma.
No, not shawarma as well.
Kebab.
Not kebabs as well.
Baklava.
No, I said no to baklava. Right. So this is this is meze, right? Which comes from maza, right? Maza being the Turkish word, right? The Persian word to relish, right? So maza comes to Hindi, right? From there, and this is the meze platter, or right, the meze as we know it. Question 18.
Flintstones and Jetsons.
Perfect answer. So this is the Flintstones and Jetsons. Right. So the Jetsons family and the Flintstones family. Question 19.
Hagia Sophia.
Hagia Sophia.
Is the conversion of Hagia Sophia, plain and simple. Right. As long as there is Hagia Sophia in the answer, give points. And this is
TechCrunch.
TechCrunch. Yes, this is the service is called Extra Crunch, and this is the service. The answer is TechCrunch. So that brings us to the end of the 20 questions. We'll notify who the top 6 teams are in about an hour, and then we'll start with the finals, right? All the best to all of you. Thank you so much for participating in the